Good evening, Miss Ayala. You are here today to be interviewed for a position here in our law firm, the Lanier Law Firm, as a civil appellate attorney. Am I right?
Yes, that is correct.
If you don't mind me asking, I'd like to know what your purpose has been throughout your life and how you think this job will fit your purpose throughout the rest of your life.
I felt my purpose has always been to help people, and it sounds really basic. I've always felt the need to bring justice into a situation and to solve things, and ever since I was younger, I've always liked to be right. But I've always felt like I would make a good lawyer, and that sounds kind of cocky, but I don't mean it in a cocky way. I just mean that like I've always wanted to solve a case, and I wanted to be like that investigator. As I grew older, I realized that that's not what being a lawyer is at all. It's about the relations, and it's about knowing the research, and I've grown to like all of that because as I grew older, I was just like, maybe that's not so bad after all, and it kind of molded into my purpose of wanting to research things and wanting to just investigate. And my passion has always been loving people and caring for them. Every time I talk to someone and I'm given a problem or something, I've always felt like an emotional attachment, and I always feel the need to solve that person's problem. I always feel that if I can't solve it, I'm doing something wrong or I'm letting the person down, and I never want to feel like that. I know that's going to be very hard being a lawyer and losing a case, because me personally, I value helping and I value winning. All I want to be able to accomplish is to help people and to help my community and to help people with their problems and relations, and if it's with pain injury law or civil appellate attorney. I want to use these opportunities to help people in my community and here in New York, because there's always a lot of problems to solve here in New York.
What steps in life did you take to be able to be where you are right now?
The steps I took to be where I am right now, well, I'd like to say it was quite a journey. I was 17 years old when I decided to participate in the dual enrollment program. The dual enrollment program basically meant that I was a high school student taking high school classes and college classes at the same time. I didn't have to take any of my high school classes, so I was just a full-time college student. And as a full-time college student, I was able to experience that life so early on and head on as well, and it was so like eye-opening and exhilarating, and it was a great experience, to be honest. I remember taking my SLS class, the new student experience class, and it helped us with our career goals and our purpose in life, and it made me want to do what I'm doing today. It's always been in my mentality to be ahead of the game and to do what is right for me, and I always felt that doing dual enrollment was a good opportunity to help me get ahead in that game. Doing dual enrollment, I was able to get my high school diploma and graduate at Valencia with an AA in general education. I was able to transfer to UCF, where I decided to study criminal justice, where I also decided to take paralegal classes, and I was able to graduate UCF with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. It was a very great experience as well, because I'm obviously just a tad bit younger than everyone else, but I felt welcomed everywhere I went. I felt mature enough, and I felt like I could get the job done. I'd always volunteer to help teachers, and someone would say I'm the teacher's pet, but that's just me being the caring person that I am most of the time. And I had a very good time at UCF and Valencia, and I graduated those places, and in the middle of taking classes at those two campuses, I remember doing a lot of interning, because being a lawyer, you want to get that great experience, and I know I was already getting good experience being a dual enrollment student, but I wanted to branch off a bit more, and I wanted to study where I would want to work one day. I wanted to experience those fields, and I wanted to see what I had in store for me. So I interned at like real estate attorney offices, at divorce attorney offices. It was just a great experience in general, and I was able to realize that I just like communicating with people and to talk with people, and it was a very nice experience. In the midst of all of that, I was obviously working lots of part-time jobs, raising money, saving money, so that way I can eventually move here to New York. Once I moved here to New York, I got a job as an attorney. I decided to be a divorce attorney because I liked that field a lot. It was a very small firm. Obviously, I want to do bigger, I want to help more, but being in a small firm was very nice and warm, and I made lots of relationships with many of the clients, and I was able to help, and that was just what I wanted to do. That's my purpose, to help. As I was still working and making like the money to save for colleges, I decided to eventually go to Columbia University to get my degree in law, my master's in law. Once I got that law degree, I thought to myself, why not apply to a big firm. And that's where I stumbled upon you all, the Lanier firm, because I remember doing research on this firm a while back, and I thought, you know what, why not go back to them? Because I felt when I first researched you guys, I really liked what you guys stood for. You guys are all about justice, and I love that. I love justice, and I've always had that in my head. And every time I tell my mom, like, I want to fight for justice, she's always told me, like, well, what if it goes against your morals? That's where my values and my purpose kind of clash, but at the same time coincide very well, because I value good moralship and I value doing the right thing. And I know that one day I might be given a case that I'd have to defend something that's not right. That's where I can have a say in my word, and I know where my values lay. And if I have to defend a case that does go against all of that, I defend it because it's for the firm. You know, my religion knows that I'm not personally with it. It's just something that I need to do for the firm. I feel that I can do it. I feel that it won't be an issue.
How did you come to understand your purpose, and how does it relate to your goals and values?
I came to understand my purpose when I was in high school / Valencia, and SLS class really opened my eyes to realizing who I am as a person. I figured out that I'm definitely not an extrovert, but it told me that I was an introvert, and I feel I'm very exuberant when it comes to talking to people. So I'm not much of an extrovert, but I'm not an introvert at all. I'm probably in the middle, and I'd like to say that I love talking to people and communicating, and that made me realize a lot of who I was. So that's definitely how I became to know my purpose. My purpose relates to my goals because wanting to be a lawyer, it just kind of is like the cherry on top of wanting to help people. The fact that I'm even sitting here today and able to be interviewed to become a lawyer at a firm like yours, it just makes me so happy because this is just something that I've wanted to do for a very long time, and I know that I'm doing something good for my community.
Thank you so much for your time.